Madcatz makes a comeback and new items from Retrobit and Hyperkin. It's CES 2018, so stick around. Welcome to Retro Reprise. CES 2018 is going on right now, and probably by the time this video comes out, it'll be over with, but there are some things out there that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to share them with you guys, so we're going to get right into it. So the first story that I wanted to talk about was Madcatz. Now, if you're like me and you've got a bunch of controllers and a bunch of third-party peripherals and things like that, then chances are you've had a Madcatz product in your hand at a certain time. So when I heard that they were closing their doors last year, I was a little bit bummed. I thought it was an end of an era, basically. And so I'm happy to announce that Madcatz is coming back in 2018, and they've got a few products that are coming out. Now I'm just going to touch on these really quickly because I mostly want to cover the retro stuff, but here's some of the things that are coming out from Madcatz. They've got a new mechanical keyboard with some backlighting. Honestly, that's something that a lot of companies do, so that's not too exciting. They've also got another headset. But what's really interesting is they've got a mouse that's coming out. Now, it's a wireless mouse, but it can charge, I believe, from what I read, it charges through the mouse pad. So that's pretty interesting, right? I thought that was something that was pretty cool. So hopefully, Madcatz can make a comeback. And if these products are good and solid and the way they need to be, then I think people are going to check them out. I think people are going to love them, and well, hopefully we'll see a comeback for Madcatz. So that was my quick story for Madcatz. Let's move on to Retrobit. So let's talk about Retrobit and the things that they've got coming out that they showed at CES 2018. Now, it's no secret, they have been talking about this for the past couple of weeks, that Retrobit has teamed up with Sega. They are now making officially licensed Sega products, and among those that they're doing are wireless controllers. It's probably the most exciting. They also have some connection cables like S-Video and whatnot, which is cool, but they've honestly been making those for a little bit, so now they just get to slap the Sega logo on those as well. But what I'm most excited about, honestly, for right now, is the wireless controllers. They've got wireless controllers for the Genesis, the Saturn, and the Dreamcast. And so I'm really looking forward to having nice, solid, wireless Bluetooth controllers for my Genesis and my Dreamcast. Now, I don't have a Saturn, but I'll fully admit that for all of you who are Saturn collectors, the Saturn controller is probably one of the damn coolest controllers that's out there. Maybe I'll pick up one of those Saturn USB controllers, and hopefully that'll work on the Super Retrocade. That'd be kind of cool, and I'd probably really enjoy the system with that controller. So among that, there's a couple of other things that they were talking about with their releases as well, and my eyes are floating off because I'm trying to look at everything that I've got here. So one of them is the Holy Diver. They're going to be officially releasing Holy Diver. They've already mentioned that before, but I thought that would be worth talking about again. They had a display up. I'll show a picture of that. This will be really cool. I don't know what the price is going to be on this, but I'm honestly really thinking about getting this Holy Diver package, as well as they're having an R-Type package as well with R-Type, with Super R-Type and R-Type 3 on it. So I'm looking forward to those. That's really kind of a cool thing that they're doing. Now, on top of that, there was something that I've seen a picture of, and I'm going to throw that picture up here because I wanted to show you guys, but it's something that I haven't seen really a whole lot of articles about. No one's really talking about it. And that is this Go Retro Portable. Now, if you're like me and you see this, and you've been waiting for the Super Retro Boy, these look a little familiar. So essentially what these look like, it says it's got 300 games on it, and this basically looks like a Super Retrocade in a handheld unit. And I don't know if there's going to be an SD card slot or if you could add games or whatever it is that you want to do with this thing, but it looks an awful lot like the Super Retro Boy design that they showed last year. And again, there's not a whole lot of information, but I'm hoping we'll see this. Now, speaking of that, let's get back into the Super Retro Boy. Now I'll posted a video about this, but again, I'll leave a link up there so you guys can click on it. But the Super Retro Boy had been delayed, but they didn't give us any specifics. I actually sent a Facebook message to Retrobit, and they basically told us it's delayed. They don't have a release date. But it kind of sounded promising. Well, I have some more news for you guys, and it's not as promising as it is. So I'm thinking that we probably are going to have to give up on the Super Retro Boy. So let me pull this up, and I'll read it to you. Hope you weren't waiting for a Retrobit Super Retro Boy to hit shelves. There's a reason this Nintendo Game Boy remake didn't hit its August release date. The product has been put on hold indefinitely for legal reasons. Specifically, Nintendo recently filed a trademark on the likeness of the original Game Boy, and Retrobit is worried that its design might fall afoul of the law. We would like to be as compliant as possible, so we put this product on hold until we find a workaround that does not infringe on this patent. We do not have a release date to announce yet, said a Retrobit representative. So there you have it. I'm going to say the Super Retro Boy is dead. And they may be using that design for, it looks like they may be using it for that Go Retro Portable. But if they're not doing it because of a trademark, then they'd have to change the design of that as well, because they look pretty much alike. But this also brings something else into question. If Nintendo is filing a trademark on the likeness of the Game Boy, then I'm going to call it right here. I'm not much for speculation, but I'm going to call it right here that in 2018 we're going to see a Game Boy Mini, or a Game Boy Classic Mini, or a Game Boy Mini Classic, or whatever they call those, the clone consoles that they, or not clone consoles, but the classic consoles that they've been making. We're going to see those. We're going to see a Game Boy version of that. If Nintendo's going back on the trademark for the original Game Boy design, we're going to see that probably in 2018. So I'm going to call it right here. You're going to see that come up in probably September, maybe, whenever they release that. So I'm going to say September through December, we're going to see a classic Game Boy Mini. But that's a big bummer for those of us who have been waiting for the Super Retro Boy. So I'm going to assume that that's not going to see the light of day. So I'm calling it right now. So finally, let's talk about Hyperkin. The big item that came out of Hyperkin for CES 2018 was the Ultra Game Boy. So basically, this thing is a Game Boy with an aluminum shell, and you can change the backlighting colors on it. Now, I've read different things from different articles. Some are saying that they're pursuing the Ultra Game Boy name, while others are saying that's just a working title for right now. But it's going to have a backlight. It's going to have that RGB backlight like you have on keyboards, so you can kind of go through the rainbow of colors for the background. And it said, some of the articles said it could possibly play Game Boy Color games as well. For me personally, I would really like this to be able to do both. There is stuff like the Kong Feng GB Boy Color that already does this, but if this has a wider screen and is better aspect ratio, then that might be an interesting console to pick up. But this runs into the same problem that Retrobit had with the Super Retro Boy, and that is, if Nintendo is filing a trademark on the likeness of a Game Boy, then this may not see the light of day. So it's something to think about. But that was Hyperkin's big announcement for CES. So we'll see if that actually comes out or not. They're expecting a fall release, and they want to have it for under $100. And if that's the case, I might pick one up. But overall, I don't know if that's going to see the light of day either. So that's going to do it for me as far as my CES coverage of 2018. What do you guys think? I'm kind of anxious to hear what you guys have to say. What did you see that you were excited about? Leave a comment below, and help with the channel. Give it a thumbs up. Share with your friends. I'm trying to get to at least 1,000 subs. That way it unlocks Super Chat. And I'm not really looking for the Super Chat feature where you have to pay. I just want to be able to do a live video and actually interact with people. So at 1,000 subs, I get to do that. So if you guys could share this video, share it with your friends. If you enjoyed the video, let me know. And tell me what you're excited about from CES 2018. And I'll see you on the next Retro Reprise.